Hello. Welcome to GiesAScotsPhraseDay live with myself, Ali, Heather, and what's that in the other screen?
Oh, it's me. Sorry, I think you're going to introduce me. It's me. Hello, I'm Len Penny.
No, because I never ken what you cry yourself these days. And by the time we first did this, we got your name rang live on air. I just couldn't
I love how
mind
you're
what it
blaming
was.
me for that. You're like, it's my constant name change and not your inability to mind my name.
I suffer from nominal aphasia, all right? Names are tricky. No, we're not here to chat about my increasing sort of dementia. We're here to talk about GiesAScotsPhraseDay and launch the Scots Language Awards. So, first of all, then, what is your Scots phrase for the day?
My Scots phrase for the day is, I'm not hungry, I could eat a scabby head of Wayne.
Which is gross, but tell us about how come you like it.
I like it a lot because it reminds me of my father. He would always say that when he was absolutely starving. He'd be like, oh, I could eat a scabby head of Wayne. And it's that sort of evocative, visceral aspect of the Scots language that I like. It's that it means very much what it says, and it's almost a bit more poetic than sort of English equivalent.
100%. And there is something that you see a lot of so the day obviously is hashtag GiesAScotsPhraseDay, and folk are putting up their videos and their clips of their favourite phrases. So many folk are referring to their granddads, to their grannies, to their mothers, to deceased relatives. So much in Scots language that's kind of retained there. And in these phrases is the deep emotion that folk have, because Scots is a hame language. It is something we tend to use more with the older generations, we tend to use with our grandparents. And so that's something like, I got loads of my Scots phrases from my granny and granda. Like my granny would just, I always say, like, you're a cheeky wee bizzum, but only to my sister, never to me, because I was a spoilt wee boy, of course. But we've got a few videos lined up. We'll go to our favourites for GiesAScotsPhraseDay so far soon. But we've got a few videos lined up by Simon, our ever busy producer. So Simon, do you want to play in first of all, like the king of the Scots language renaissance himself, Monsieur Billy Kay?
The Scots word for anything, ocht, and nothing, nocht, were commonly used growing up in Ayrshire in the 1950s, and it gied us the phrase, a bit of a tongue twister. You cannae do ocht, gin you've nocht to do ocht wi. Literally, you can't do anything if you have nothing to do anything with, if you don't have the resources to do something. So here's my phrase for the day. You cannae do ocht, gin you've nocht to do ocht wi.
Massive fan of that. Massive fan of Billy. You can't day ocht if you've knocked the day ocht wi. It's tremendously Spartan and Ayrshire of him. What ends have you picked out that have been kind of stand out for you?
I mean, I seen Billy's earlier on, and I seen yours with the black and white. I thought that was quite good. I just love how many of them are like they're not positive ones. I feel like they're the ones that stick with people the most. I've seen a lot of the ones saying things, give them the book and things like that, and I just think that's again, it's the really evocative aspect of the Scots language that I just think is amazing.
I know, one of the things that gives us a bit of a buzz about the day is the fact that Daisy joining in. So the Gies of Boke, we've seen our elected representative for, I think, Stirling and the Ochils, John Nicholson MP, chipping in with Boris Johnson Gies and with the dry Boke. It's exciting. And they had a women's football in Scotland. Eileen was getting involved as well. I haven't written down what hers was, but it was a belter. On the subject of Billy, his wife, Joao, who is Scotland's cool, or certainly Fyfe's coolest woman, like no question. No much competition for that, of course. But Joao had a gideon that she'd learnt for Billy, and it was they'll tack the een out your head and come back for your winkers, which is it's like they'll come and take your een, but then they'll also come back and take out your eyelashes, and it's that thing of like you're leaving yourself open to be exploited by these folk. And there's something so unbelievably bitter about that I think it's a really good use of language. It's a really good use of the phrase as a warning for the present, the future.
I think it's great also that, we thought, oh, hello!
We thought she wouldn't make it. She's obviously sat in the car. Iona, where have you been and where are you now? I should save her voice for the next award-winning CD recording, clearly. She's got herself on mute.
It's fine. I was up in Auchenstary at the canal doing a sound check because I've been involved in this like dandelion thing where I'm pretty much just like a flower goddess singer, and I'm on like a 5 meter pole. So I was at a canal miles in the centre of the belt somewhere. I don't know.
Oh, delighted to hear it. Well, thanks very much for deigning to join us. We're awfully pleased about it. We're just chatting about the favourite phrases we've seen for GiesAScotsPhraseDay. During your time with the petals round your head, have you had a chance to see any? Or should we run you through a couple of our favourites?
Tell me what your favourite ains are.
So we were chatting about the fact that we haven't seen that many positive ains. One that came up early was Paul Martin, so at PW Martin _Leith. That yin would drink through a shitty cloot, suggesting that you're so
my
addicted
dad
to
used to
bevy.
say that.
And
But
other
it
ones
was
that
different.
came back, my family's version was shitty hippin', so like through a clarty nappy. Another one was in Aberdeen, it's pishy cloot. And loads of folks said, my granda says that about me, which isn't the best review.
Well, my dad used to say, Iona, you'd eat sugar through a shitey clue.
Did you hear a wee bit of sweet tooth?
Oh, still, 100%.
Nice. So the other thing we're here to talk about, so obviously keep your hashtag GiesAScotsPhraseDay stuff coming because it's great crack and we're all really enjoying it. But we're also here to talk about the fact we're launching the Scots Language Awards for now the 4th year. So the Scots Language Awards happens every September. Use whatever you are, get to nominate folk in your community, be they teachers, singers, writers, activists for the lead, just folk that speak at all the time and are impactful to keep the lead thriving in your communities. You get to nominate them. I've got the dates just in front of me, hold on. For July the 18th until the 14th of August this year, you'll get to put up your favourites for nomination. And then the voting opens for the 5th to the 18th of September. Then we have the awards on the 24th of September at the Gardyne Theatre. Now, obviously, I love the awards because it gives us the chance to put on my good suit and be nominated for a series of awards, which I then lose. So I get to practice my magnanimous face and my sort of my good loser face. But for those of you in the chat that have actually won one of these awards, how does it feel?
I was not prepared. I did not prepare a speech, so I just started greeting. And it was extremely unprofessional because I was presenting it at the same time, so I was just sort of showing myself up in a big way, as per usual. But yeah, I mean, it was great. It was amazing. And I've still got the wee, what's it called? Like a wee bit of wood.
Slate.
What's it called?
Oh, it's
It was,
Bitwood Eye.
it was, aye, the bit of wood. I think that's class. I've got it up on the mantelpiece.
Lovely.
I think it's really important to have awards each year, especially to celebrate folk in the community. Like, I'm thinking Teacher of the Year, because for me, they're the most important folk. Like, we can stick our faces on TikTok and Twitter all we like, but we're no qualified to legally be in schools. So it's them that I really tick my hat off to each year. So folk like Jenny Fraser and, Jamie Fairbairn, and there's heaps more that we need to recognise. I think there should be at least like 10 nominations for that category. Because there's loads of people doing really important stuff.
No, 100% agreed. Like the first Scots Language Awards, I sort of kent most of the folk that were up for nominations and things, but the second and third, it got way, way wider. And we started to reach into the different communities and different networks. For I've been doing this good stuff for only a year without any recognition, without any celebration, without any outside assistance at all. And I think the fact that we had the TWA Awards, where we had Teacher of the Year and Scots School of the Year, is really exciting because you do get to get all the nominations. You get to give recognition to all the schools, all the individuals that are doing the good stuff. And it also gives teachers a chance to say to their bairns in their classroom, "Use better vote for me, otherwise I'm going to make your lessons dead boring next year." So it's a good chance for the teachers to get the recognition they deserve because they work hard, much harder than we three anyway. So with the Scots Language Awards, I was speaking to Victoria McNulty, who won Scots Writer of the Year just last year at the Gardyne Theatre. And she was saying that winning that has given her a chance to reassess her own Scots output. It's given her more esteem. to challenge herself as a writer, and it's really helped improve the number of gigs she's getting, her kind of esteem amongst her peers. So you do see that what we're trying to do with these awards is working. It's expanding our networks, it's helping us see where the talent is across Scotland, and it's gaining recognition to the folk that really get advantages for it. Iona, tell me, what did you enjoy about the awards?
Yeah, Victoria is amazing. Like, I think her writing is like just pure genius. And for a long time, she said that she didn't realise that she was even writing in Scots, and that the award gave her some sort of assurance that she's part of this community. And I was like, that's really nice, but I can't believe that there's some people who are so dead genius at their craft, and they're still a wee bit, oh, am I in Scots? Am I no? Am I, so it's good that it's gained folk a wee bit of reassurance that what they're doing is legitimate. But yeah, awards are always really important, especially when it's a minority language. I mean, we see like the Film G Awards, and yeah, I think it's always a good thing. But I mean, like anything, awards are not the be all and end all, and it's a great night for folk to get together. Last year we were also seeing just folk for the community that they might not be teachers, or they might not be academics. They might just be plain old speakers, and they were coming along last year to Dundee and we had a right knees up, and it was lovely. And Dave Francis said that the first Scots Language Awards reminded him of the first Trad Awards back in 2000 or something, 1908. I wasn't alive. And he said that coming together of folk was really important. So it's cool that we're doing that.
Agreed. Len?
Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. I'd never seen so many people feel sort of emboldened. I think maybe that's the best word to just speak it, because all the acceptance speeches and stuff, people were using their own way of speaking, and it just felt like a massive, they were allowed to just breathe out. It just felt like an exhalation where they were just like, this is who we are, and we're not feared to speak the way we want to, and we're not feared to, communicate the way that we're thinking. And it was really lovely to see. And also, as Iona said, all the Waynes and the teachers, and I feel like that's kind of an unsung hero gig sometimes, because you're fighting a losing battle a lot of the times in schools, and with the try to fit it into curriculum and no having the sort of resources and the stuff like that. So I mean, I think that should show us how far we've come, but also how far we've got to go before we've got proper legislature and proper a framework and infrastructure for continuing to he's at the lead. It's shown us where we are, but where we've got to go and all.
That's on that subject. Actually, we've a couple of GiesAScotsPhraseDay contributions for folk that are making a real difference in schools. Simon, our producer, who has no on screen, has got Laura Green for the Scots Language Centre lined up, I believe.
The day is GiesAScotsPhraseDay. A real Kent Scots phrase is your jacket's on a sugarly peg. Now, if something's sugarly, that means it's shaky. So the saying literally translates as your jacket is on a shaky peg. However, what folk mean by that when they say that is that somebody's in a precarious position. It's metaphorical. So if somebody tells you that your jacket's on a sugarly peg, you better watch it. It means that you are at risk of something happening. You're maybe going to have a wee metaphorical fall. You're maybe going to fail at something. You're maybe even going to be brought down a peg.
That's cracking. For those that didn't ken, Laura Green is at Fairpecht on Twitter, and she's put together all sorts of resources to make teaching Scots in schools that bit easier. So if you're going to, I think it's scotslanguagecentre.com/learning, you get all the resources she spent years putting together, and they really are top class. We've got a phrase here for Gordon Cuthbertson, who was in the chat. I've been told, aye, you'd take a drink if you had to soak it through a clarty straw. So Gordon's another one that likes his bevy by the sounds of it. I can't. I'm not entirely convinced about that. Iona.
Just in the last 20 minutes, whilst we've been on, Katrina Kay, Billy's daughter, but also wonderful Bonnie Fichter in her own right, has put up a phrase. I don't know what it is because I haven't clicked on it because it would just play and you'd hear it and it would disrupt stuff. But she's got her Wayne Weir, the Baba, is on her knee and she is speaking. It's here. There you go.
Extremely adorable. Extremely adorable.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So that's if you type in the hashtag GiesAScotsPhraseDay to Twitter, you'll see that come up, and that's Katrina K at Katrina K.
Amazing, amazing. And just on the subject of folk that are doing good stuff for Scots, there was a boy up in Orkney, who I'll find in a wee minute, and then I'll come back to it because I haven't got it right now. But in terms of GiesAScotsPhraseDay over the last few years, something that's really stood out to me is the tremendous positivity that it brings around the Scots language. Because most of the folk that contribute to GiesAScotsPhraseDay are doing other stuff most of the time. Scots isn't the be-all and end-all. We've got a great in for Glenlivet Loon that we'll play in a wee second, but folk like himself, they're just doing other stuff. They've got jobs, they have interest, they have hobbies. And it gives them a chance to say, I am a Scots speaker, this is the lead that I speak, he's a Doric speaker himself. And it's that chance for folk to come out of the woodwork and support Scots. Because yous both actually get a fair bit of stick online just for using Scots. How's that been this year? Has it got worse or has it maintained the level?
Iona?
Well, I was actually just doing a wee check earlier on because after the Scots Language Awards last year, there was a photo of me, Len, and Erin Boyle, and it was very innocent. We just put it online, and it was lovely. It was the first time we'd all met together. And after, I think I might have used a Scots phrase in that wee tweet, and the pylon that we all got was absolutely mental. Like, folk photoshopped us, folk we're just nasty. And I think that because we've been online for the past 12 years, it's gotten worse. And, recently there's a report out by Ofcom saying that, women are more likely to have distressing content fired at them and also be upset by distressing content. So, yeah, it's nae use at all. Len?
Aye. Len? Has anything negative ever been said to you online?
Oh,
Ever?
let me think. Maybe the odd word. Yeah, it's usually, yeah. But the thing is, I think I've learned this over the time I've been online, is that it's people who know less than you give them credit for about languages, and instead of meeting their ignorance with education, they've decided to meet it with just energy. They've got a lot of energy to fight against you, but it's fine because most of the time, you're emboldened by the people who are nice, and then when the off chance that you feel kind of bad, you just got to disconnect and realise that there's a world outside the online sphere, allegedly.
That's it, because I didn't experience the same level of abuse for a number of reasons. First of all, because I didn't hear prominence, and second of all, because I'm no a female, I'm no a lassie, so men just didn't get the same level of abuse, and it makes it all much easier, and it's great. I'd really recommend it. But for all the folk that are on there putting their GiesAScotsPhraseDays out there, it is so positive and it's so good to see. As much as the phrases themselves are sort of a wee bit sort of bulk-inducing themselves, it's class to see. Let's go to a few of them. Oh, hold on.
Oh, Ali, I've just got a wee shout out here, and it's on the Twitter thread. To Tam McBride65, he just commented, "Shut up, you dauber, lol." So just a wee shout out saying hello to him.
And here's me going on about positivity. Cheers, pal. Let's Simon, the producer, if we could the Glenlivet Loon, and we'll just get us Glenlivet Loon, Perth, and then Elizabeth and all.
Aye, if you'd like. A wee birdie just flew her and told me it's GiesAScotsPhraseDay the day. So my Scots phrase of the day is Michty, that loaf is as hard as Hinnerson's ears. And that translates as, oh my, that bread is rather hard. And if you're wondering what Hinnerson was, because I was, Hinnerson is a northeast Scotland word for the devil. So there you go, learn something new, Elkie day. So let's be hearing your Scots phrases, and don't forget to hashtag them GiesAScotsPhrase. Cheery.
Eraniri Devon. Eranariri Devon. Eraniri Devon. Eranariri Devon.
We've played that in twice to give you half a chance of understanding it. First of all, Glenlivet Loon. Great use of the Doric for him, and also just an absolutely class telly presenter. Like, how come he's no Scotland's Bill Oddie? Like, I'd like to see him out there, a sort of Doric sort of nature watch out in sort of like the Huntly Way or something like that up in Riney. Class, like tremendous TV personality. Yeah, so in terms of the Scots Language Awards at the Gardyne Theatre, tell me what stuff's been standing out for yous in the Scots language scene that you'll be thinking about nominating come July and August when the nominations are open.
Ashley Douglas for the Firefox, because that was class. I don't know if you've used it, but I thought it was amazing. Her and Tam Clark, so I think definitely get that up for project. And then Iona, you with your fechting against Spotify.
That was already last year. Nah.
I need to get out more. I don't even know what year it is.
There was somebody that sprung to mind. Rian, your pal Rian, or Ryan, depending on how you want to say it. He's been Travnawaddy in the Ulster Scots Word of the Day, and I think that's really important because he gets flack from all angles, and it's brutal. And we shouldn't just give him an award because he's getting flack. But what he's doing is absolutely amazing, and it's really breaking down barriers for folk accessing the language out there because it's a completely different socio-political landscape that he's really sticking his head above the parapet. And yeah, I just think he's great, and we really need to bring folk more together for both sides of the shoe.
Agreed. For myself, I've been massively impressed with the Emis Stain. That's a tri-yearly new Scots writing magazine. It's all online, so if you're watching this and didn't ken about it, away and do Emis Stain. That's EEMIS Stain. And it's got new poetry. It's got new Langer forms grieving in it. It's got, I think it's got some sort of Langer non-fiction and all. And it's a really smashing piece of work. Ashley Douglas was our this stuff. She's written the preface to it, and it's just a sensationally talented piece of work. One of the things it did do was get our Macker, our national poet, Kathleen Jamie, it got her screaming in Scots again, because she hadn't done it for a wee while, and she heard about Emis Stain, had the chance to scribe some poems for it, and produced some really bonny, outstanding new Scots in poetry, which she'll then be touring about. She'll be then helping hold up, as an example, a modern Scots art and culture, which is exactly what we want to do. And if Emis Stain didn't exist, then maybe the poems wouldn't exist, and maybe Scotland's national poet wouldn't have this new cairn of Scots poetry to tack out into the world in representation of modern Scotland. So I find that Emis Stain really exciting.
That's 3 very worthy nominees that we've just brought. Yeah.
I hate to get nominated for something, because if I'm not nominated, I can't lose. And it's turned into a bit of a long-standing tradition. Just getting some nice comments in here. Scott Watson Music doesn't really speak Scots for the most part, but he is bringing it more and more into his music. He loves the history, and his GiesAScots phrase would be Lang Mayor Lum Reek, which is, it's an absolute stone cold classic Scott Watson music. Keep at it. Gordon Drummond, just battering the drum here. We are Scots, we speak Scots, let Scots flourish. Agreed. Put that on a banner and I'll fly it. Paul Lomax, just didn't take any notice of the type of people online. It's good advice, Paul. Neil Robertson, safe out, safe in, Selkirk.
What does that mean?
Neil, man, is that like the Toon's motto or something? I haven't heard that before, but feel free to fire back in with a wee bit of clarification on that. We didn't get in our double playing the Perth video there. We didn't get Elizabeth's video. Simon, is there any danger we could play that in the new?
My mother was the youngest of a great big family. She had at least 7 sisters, and as they were growing up, if any of them were screeching in a carry on at the sight of a moose or a speeder or some other creepy crawly, my granny would cry out, "You wouldn't be feared for a man."
Elizabeth, ever since I got into Scots Screeving when I was about 20-year-old or whatever, which is obviously umpteen year ago, Elizabeth has always been there, been dead supportive, reading him day positive feedback. She's been like behind the scenes, doing the good stuff for the whole time this has all been going. Like Simon Tumeyer, who organises Hands Up for Trad and the Scots Language Awards, that's his mammy. And if she wasn't there cracking the whip behind his back, maybe he wouldn't be forced to do all this at all. So she, her there, deserves some sort of lifetime like putting all the strings behind the scenes award. I don't know if that is Ian, but it could be Ian for the next Scots Language Awards on the 24th of September at the Gardyne Theatre in Dundee. Get the hotels booked up now because it'll be nice and cheap. That is something. We're near the end of the day's broadcast. Iona, what would you say to folk that are thinking about coming along to the Scots Language Awards? Are you muted?
Line your stomach. That's the most important thing.
Aye, for all you out there that didn't mind sucking your drink through a clarty straw and all that kind of stuff, there was a recht good willy walked after the Scots Language Awards at the Gardyne last time. We went round a bunch of the pubs and hostelries, got kind of kicked out of a pub in Dundee, in fact, and it was a real coming together of folk that I didn't ken some of the folk beforehand. I kent some of them from online, and we all went around just getting some tasty pints in, or some soft drinks if you're not a drinker, and singing songs, sharing stories. And I remind young Jack Capener did a fantastic rendition of Halleig in a Dundee pub just before we got the heave-ho for the bar manager. It was a really, really good evening. Eh?
But like it was amazing how we got well and truly kicked out the pub. Like we weren't doing anything wrong, and it was like I
wasn't there. I need to clarify that. I was in a taxi home at that point, being sensible, you know.
Absolutely letting the hillside down.
It's lovely, and everyone was included, and it was a really inclusive, safe space for Abdi. And like there were folk there that like we didn't ken, and there was folk there that we kent for years and years, and it was just like it didn't matter. Like Abdi was just like family. It was so nice.
Agreed. Len?
Yeah, I just encourage you to come along because it's, as you say, Iona, it's a great inclusive space, and it's just fun. I had a great night for a little while, and then I got scared and went home. But if you like, if you want a nice night with some great folks and some good people, it's a great way to celebrate people that don't often get, you know, a celebration made themselves. So it's a good opportunity to do that.
And what I would say is, as a final thought on how you should get yourselves a ticket for Dundee on the 24th of September, is I always hate tremendous Scots language performers. So last year we had some standout poets that absolutely rocked the place. We had a house band that are playing music the whole time. We had some singers come on and do some great stuff. And this year, again, I'm not going to tell you what we've got yet because we'll make the announcement nearer the time. We've got some of the finest stand-up comedians that use Scots, poets that use Scots. I think sangsters again. It's going to be such a good knees up for the whole Scots language community. So get yourselves a line. Any final words for yourselves? I feel I've done a bit much talking over you.
Just keep them coming. Just keep the words coming. It's great to see everyone getting involved, and hopefully it's not just for one day. I hope you keep it up.
Good stuff. And I've got one, I might as well finish on a poem that a boy, Albert Kirk Jr., stuck up for the day. And we'll say farewell after this. This is Albert Kirk Jr., Old age doesn't come itself. So this was going to be my Scots phrase for the day before I seen him post this first thing. And it's a belter. I cannae feel my hingamies. My witchy cry it's broke. My hoodie my hodge is 40 bits. My thingamajig's a joke. I used to have a doodah, I've gubbins on my head, but dinna fash about me, pals. At least I'm in a deed. There you are. Another great positive Scots phrase to finish the broadcast on. Hey, pals, good to see you as well, eh?
Aye.
Cheers all.